fiber friend. Today I'm going to spin these beautiful multicolor Rolex. If you'd like to see how I made these, you can check out my other video, which will be linked in the description down below. The thing I wanted to talk about today while I spin these is tension on the spinning wheel and adjusting the tension. It was one of the things that I really struggled with when I was learning how to spin, and I know that many people get frustrated when they feel like they don't have control over the tension on their spinning wheel. It makes spinning nearly impossible. So that's what we're going to go over today. I'm going to show you how to set your tension correctly, and then I'm going to help you troubleshoot some problems that may arise with your tension while spinning. Hopefully, none of us will get a headache. See what I did there? Tension, headache. I told you I was working on my puns. First, we're going to quickly go over some vocabulary and identify different parts of the spinning wheel so that as we go through the video, you'll know what I'm referring to. This is my spinning wheel. She is a first edition Ashford Elizabeth. I have her set up as a single drive Scotch tension. That is the type of tension we will be discussing today. She can also be set up as a double, but today we'll just be looking at the Scotch tension single drive setup. This right here is the drive band. Over here we have the bobbin, the flyer. This is the tension brake. The tension brake goes over the bobbin on a Scotch tension wheel. This is the knob to adjust. As I tighten it, the spring goes up. As I loosen it, the spring goes down. When I'm ready to spin, I will place the tension brake over the bobbin. I will place the peg into the wheel. The magic of a spinning wheel, its ability to spin, happens because we are able to twist the fiber and draw in or take up the fiber at the same time. The way that works is the drive band turns the flyer. This is what gives the yarn twist. As the flyer turns, the yarn in my hand is twisting and becoming more and more twisted as the flyer spins it around. This yarn is going into the orifice around a hook of the flyer and onto the bobbin. So how do we get the wheel to take the yarn up and wrap onto the bobbin? This is where the tension comes in. The tension, or the brake on the bobbin, is what makes this possible. Think about not broken glass brake, but think about brake in a car, stopping, causing friction. That's the kind of brake that we're talking about with regards to the tension band or the brake right here. So what I'm going to do is tighten this on the spinning wheel. And as I tighten it, it's going to cause some drag, some friction on the bobbin. Now this means that because this is holding back the bobbin, the flyer is going to go around at a different speed, and rather than the two attaching and spinning around together at the same rate, the bobbin is slower, the flyer is faster. The flyer will now wrap the yarn onto the bobbin. So what this means is the stronger the brake, the stronger the knob is cranked on, the more friction, the more this bobbin is held down, the harder it will suck up the yarn because it's slower in relation to the flyer. The looser the brake, the more it's able to rotate at the same time as the flyer, which means that it won't take up as quickly. You will get more twist in your fiber as you go. So I'm going to start spinning and I will show you how I adjust the tension as I spin to get that perfect sweet spot. I have a good start. I am spinning these Rolex woolen in a woolen long draw style. And I have my tension on the wheel in my perfect sweet spot. I use two things to determine if I've gotten the tension right for my spinning. The first thing is that when I give the yarn slack, it winds up onto the bobbin while staying taut. The second way I know I've reached my sweet spot is that I can pull the yarn out of the orifice easily without the wheel tipping over onto me. Those are the two things that I look for to know that my tension is in the right place. Next, let's troubleshoot some different problems involving tension. While I'm spinning, if twist is building up in the yarn and I don't feel that it's taking up into the orifice fast enough, my tension is too low. I'll correct this problem by increasing the friction on the brake. Now the yarn is taking up into the bobbin. If the yarn feels like it's being sucked out of my hands, or if the yarn is constantly breaking while I spin, my tension is too high. I'll correct this problem by decreasing the friction on the brake. Now the yarn is under my control, not the wheels. Remember, you'll know that you've achieved the correct tension on your wheel if you have take up without slack and you can pull the yarn out of the orifice without the wheel tipping over on your lap. If you'd like to read the transcript from this video, check out my blog at jillianeve.com. If you're having trouble with your tension and this video wasn't enough to help you figure out what's going wrong, feel free to leave a comment below or send me a message on my blog and I will respond and help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you can go spin something beautiful.